The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Hey Teddy, have you noticed how little attention science and health issues get in the media?
Totally, Edgar, yet science information is very important.
Yeah, for sure. That's why the Health Journalists Network is here.
How can they help?
They are a group of journalists dedicated to advancing public understanding of healthcare issues through impactful reporting on health and science.
Oh, really?
Yes, they meet up every month with scientists and researchers, policymakers, and activists at the science media cafes. They then relay what they discuss to the public.
Does that benefit us?
Oh yes, very much so. This helps with health and science literacy for a healthy Ugandan society.
Okay. I love getting informed about science and health issues. Health information makes all the difference between life and death. I'll look them up and engage them.
That's great. They are based all over the country.
Oh, okay. That's interesting, and they should be making real impact.
They are empowering health communities through journalism. Journalists can save lives just like doctors.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Well, you could be wondering what is happening outside Uganda and even here in the country, even asking yourself what is happening in the Middle East and in the war happening between Iran and the United States of America. And that's what we are here to talk about, all the issues happening in our country, Uganda, and even outside. My name is Kenneth Bassattira, your usual suspect here on the Mighty Global News Updates, where we tell you what's happening in the world with major focus in our country, Uganda. We believe you're having a very beautiful day. It is a special morning here in Uganda's capital, Kampala. Every new day is a special day, and we thank you, our dear viewer, for always watching us Monday to Friday, following us from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., where the Mighty Drive runs Monday to Friday, and you're always part of us. We thank you, and we can never thank you enough. Let's head straight to the Mighty Global News Updates, but before that, we have a lot of people who want to wish a very great, though belated birthday, people who mean a lot to the Alternative Dig Talk. We are here to wish you a very good and a happy birthday, starting with our executive producer here, Jeremiah Mchibi. We wish you a happy belated birthday. We are happy that you're making another year. And our prayer as the Dig Talk TV team is that may you continue to achieve milestones and all your heart desires. Let this new year bring all the blessings you have always yearned for. Happy belated birthday, our executive producer, Jeremiah Mchibi. We love you so much, and we wish you all the best this planet Earth could even offer. Best wishes to you from your colleagues here at the Alternative Dig Talk TV. It is a special blessing working with an extraordinary man like you. And we also celebrate Elizabeth Musitwa. A happy belated birthday to you, Elizabeth. Elizabeth Musitwa. Dig Talk TV wishes you the very best, and we are happy that God has granted you another year, and we pray that you achieve all your heart desires in this added year. Let it be a year of blessings. Let it be a foundation for all the success you've always yearned for. Best wishes coming with love from the Alternative Dig Talk TV. We love you so much, and we wish you all the best out of your added year. Let it be the starting point for all the miracles and all the blessings you have always prayed for in your life. Happy belated birthday, Elizabeth Musitwa. And these wishes are coming in from the Alternative Dig Talk TV team. We love you and wish you the very best. We also have Prosi Patra Mirembe. A happy belated birthday, Prosi Patra Mirembe. all the love coming in from the Alternative TikTok TV. We love you and wish you the best out of the added year. Let it be a starting point for all the goodies in life, for all the blessings, for all the happiness. May you continue to smile and achieve milestones in your added year, and we wish you the best out of this amazing day. The entire TikTok TV team wishes you a happy belated birthday. We love you, and we can never stop wishing the best people like you a very happy birthday. These wishes are from the Alternative TikTok TV. Continue to enjoy life as God gives you all the blessings in your added year. We love you so much, and we can never stop wishing you the best. Now let's head direct to the mighty global news updates. If you are new to this mighty platform, this is the Alternative TikTok TV, and the show is the Mighty Drive. We usually come in here with the initial segment of the mighty global news updates, where we tell you the news here in our country, Uganda, and even outside. Many of you have been asking many questions about the war happening in Iran between the United States of America and Iran, with Israel, of course, that is having joint operations with the United States of America. Now the impact has reached here in our country, Uganda, and even some other parts of the country. The flights flying to the Middle East were cancelled previously. We are telling you about that in our updates here. And even now we are learning that up to now 5 days of confrontation between U.S.-Israel joint operations against Iran. Now 5 days down that tough road. All the flights flying to the Middle East are now still down. No flight is going, but yesterday we saw some flights take off heading to the Middle East to make some studies to see whether they could bring in goods and the people into the Middle East. But most of the flights that went, we learned that 3 flights left Entebbe International Airport heading to the Middle East to study the situation, but most of them didn't have passengers on board. They had gone for just to study the situation, and now they will come back and give feedback on whether it is still safe for the flights to go to the Middle East. But many say that the situation is not yet right for the flights to continue to the Middle East. This has affected a lot of people who had flights to the Middle East, and the people who were now carrying goods to markets. Some say they have already incurred losses, especially those who were taking perishables. Now they are going bad on the airport. They had packed them ready for markets, but now they are rotting, especially the perishable goods, and now people are struggling. They do not know what next. It is not yet clear, according to our Civil Aviation Authority here in the country, said they are not sure of when the situation will normalize, because the missiles are controlling the skies of the Middle East, and it is very unsafe for the flights carrying people to head that direction and go to the Middle East. It is still a very tough situation, and many people crying losses, others still stranded, not knowing what next. But the most affected airlines are Fly Emirates and also Air Arabia, as well as Fly Dubai. Those are some of the flights that have been affected by this situation. Now all the flights heading to the Middle East are not flying as expected. It is really a tough situation, and we pray that the situation normalizes for all the people, all of you watching us who have been affected by this. Maybe you had to travel to those areas and you can't, and you don't know when this will be okay as well. Now, in our other news, Mbale City Law Enforcement Team continue the eviction of vendors operating in ungazetted spaces. Here in Uganda's capital, Kampala, the street vendors were now chased away from selling their goods alongside roads, saying they were disrupting traffic, causing delays, unnecessary delays. And some businessmen say that time wasted is money wasted, and now they say these street vendors have been leading to unnecessary delays and now disrupting traffic flow in the city. And now we are seeing the same happening in Mbale City. Now the law enforcement team evicting all the street vendors, saying they should go to markets. They are fresh and vacant stalls that they could use and sell their goods from there, instead of selling alongside roads, which they say they are not ready to tolerate. They should go to markets. There are spaces, and they will not allow any vendor who tries to sell their goods in ungazetted spaces. That is it. Coming in from Bassattira as well, it has been a really tough moment for these street vendors who say they do not know where to go. But now the city authority says they can go to markets. They have spaces there for them, but they don't want to go to markets, and now they are coming on streets, which they say they are not going to allow. They should go to markets. Some people are welcoming this, saying it will make cities better, instead of the rubbish that has been always littered by these street vendors that have been selling alongside roads. That now it's time for Uganda cities to be clean. Now talking about even what has been happening in the capital here, Kampala. That is it for the street vendors. Many people are saying that is the right thing to do. Others, of course, criticizing that people are unemployed and doing this puts their life at stake. Some people have been making money for just survival, not to accumulate wealth. Away from that story as well, now the departed Indian Custodian Board has been questioned on corruption allegations. They were asked by Kosase on what happened next. The departed Indian Custodian Board is the one that was tasked with the work of controlling all the assets that were that belonged to the Indians before they were chased out of the country. And now the Kosase says they are learning of reports saying they are selling some of the property they were asked to protect, and they are selling them in illegal ways. Some are just sharing them. Kosase stands for the Committee on Commissions, Statutory Authorities and State Enterprises here in Uganda. It is a crucial parliamentary oversight committee tasked with examining the audited accounts, mismanagement and operational efficiency of public bodies, state enterprises and regulatory authorities. And now they are saying there are a lot of questions the departed Indian Custodian Board has to answer, and that they are calling upon even the government to stop all the operations being done by this board, saying that all the board members have a lot of questions to answer. There are reports of them being involved in the illegal selling of the property that they were asked to protect. And now a lot of questions coming in from there. And now Kosase says they have to give more evidence. They have to be more transparent. Their processes are not clear. How some of these property are protected, who controls them, saying that even some are now selling them for their own personal gains. That is it. And away from that, here in our neighboring country, Rwanda, the United States government has imposed sanctions on Rwanda's military and 4 senior officers on allegations of supporting the M23 rebel group in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. Rwanda says this is unjust, and this information was given out by the United States Treasury Department on Monday. And some of the officers sanctioned include Vincent Nyakarundi, the Rwandan Defense Forces Army Chief of Staff, Major General Mubarak Muganga, Chief of Defense Staff, and Stanislas Gashugi, Special Operations Force Commander. That is the information coming in from there. Rwanda has been accused of supporting the M23 rebel group in Eastern DRC for some good time, and they've been denying these allegations, saying they do not have any links to the M23. They are not supporting them. But the United States government and the United Nations have been accusing the Rwandan government for supporting these M23 rebels that are controlling almost the largest part in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. There have been confrontations between the DRC forces and the M23. M23 controls some parts and even threatens to take over the entire Democratic Republic of Congo. They say they want their own independence, but they are recognized by the United Nations as a rebel group, not any other Democratic Force, that they are a rebel group and that Rwanda supporting them calls for all these sanctions. And now the United States government has imposed sanctions on the RDF, that is the Rwanda Defense Forces, and 4 senior officers, as I have mentioned them here. That is the news from our neighboring country here, Rwanda, although Rwanda says this is unjust and it is one-sided. That is the information. But the Democratic Republic of Congo has welcomed the sanctions, saying at least it is better. Rwanda must pay for all the atrocities being done or committed by the M23 rebels in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. Away from that, we take you outside and tell you what's happening between Iran and the United States of America ever since the United States of America and Israel carried out joint operations and struck Iran, killing the leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Now the situation is worsening in the Middle East. Earlier on, we were telling you here on the Mighty Global News Updates that the tension between Iran and the United States of America was rising. There was heavy military buildup near Iran in the Arabian Sea. The United States strengthening their military bases in the region, and there were worrying concerns that at any time the United States could attack. We give you that information here, and now eventually it did happen. The United States of America had to strike Iran, killing the Ayatollah Khamenei and some other officials. We are learning that over 40 top officials of the Ayatollah regime were killed while they were having a meeting, leading to the death of Ayatollah Imam Khamenei in Iran, and many people welcomed that news. Some with mixed feelings. Majority of the people in Iran were crying. We saw yesterday tens of thousands of people mourning the death of Ayatollah Khamenei. The government of Iran declared 40 days of mourning the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, and now many people were seen crying and very bitter in Iran. They were singing songs against the United States of America, singing songs of death to America, death to Israel. Now the United States of America says they are going to continue attacking Iran until the Ayatollah regime is no more. Up to now, there is no clear information on who is leading Iran after the death of the Ayatollah and some other top officials, as I have told you. But now the Iranian government is responding with force. So far, we are learning that several United States embassies in the Middle East have been attacked. Embassies in Riyadh, embassies of the United States of America being attacked, and even some attacked by the locals there, who say that the United States of America is the root cause of all these problems in Iran. Several concerns coming in from different countries, some condemning the actions, like Russia and China, who are condemning these acts of, they are saying these are acts of aggression on a sovereign state of Iran, and Iran is saying they are not going to stop. They will avenge the death of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, and they will not stop. As we are seeing, the Strait of Hormuz was blocked now by Iran. The Iranian forces are saying no more use of the Strait of Hormuz, a very crucial route for the oil ships that have been carrying over 20% of global oil in that region, and they are now risks of oil prices going high. A lot of concerns from different people that could, they are saying that the closure of the Strait of Hormuz could result into hiking prices of oil, affecting all the regions, affecting all the countries in the world. And now people are calling for peace in the Middle East, calling for peace between the United States of America and Iran. But the United States says there is no more time for negotiations, that the United States government is not ready to negotiate with Iran. It is now time to put down the Ayatollah regime. Earlier on, President Donald Trump had said and called upon the people to uprise against the Ayatollah regime, that the United States of America was ready to support them, but the people seem not to have bought the idea of President Donald Trump. And now the situation is very tense in the Middle East. Flights not going there. The airspace of Qatar and some other Middle East countries is closed due to airstrikes that are hitting everywhere. Also, Iran has been targeting Israel, hitting direct in the country, and now attacking also. The United States embassies across the Middle East. That is information coming in. We will give you more information regarding this event of the war between the United States of America and Iran, supported by Israel. This is always the Mighty Global News Updates, and it is a segment in the Mighty Drive that runs Monday to Friday. It is always a special blessing coming in here to give you these updates. My name is Kenneth Rwasimbira. Good morning, and the Mighty Drive will continue.